You're recording now.
Alright. What influenced you to get into the field of tattooing?
Probably earlier days of like graffiti, stuff like that. I mean, I've been doing, I'm 34 now. I've been doing graffiti since I was like 14. It's something that always kind of related hand in hand to me with tattoo work. It's something I've always wanted to do, and I kind of just accidentally fell into the field, really, because graffiti has a certain amount of line work.
It's hard taking you serious.
What's that?
It's hard taking you serious.
I know.
Trying to talk to him.
Graffiti got me into it.
How did this impact your life when you started tattooing?
Fuck. There's many different ways how it impacted me. It impacted me greatly because it's a field that I always wanted to get into, and like I said before, I kind of fell into it accidentally, and it impacted me greatly in a positive way and a negative way, because the shop that I started off in was full of what tattoo shops are known for, like drugs and just a mess. And then I ended up being a manager of that shop, and that when I didn't want to be, I was just an apprentice, turned into a manager. So it affected me in a good way, just because I always wanted to do it. The bad way, it's just seeing all the actual extreme negatives of what a shop could be, you know. And there's times where I went through stuff where it just borderline made me. It was in the back of my mind, don't get me wrong, that like I just gotta get out of here. I want to quit. For some reason, I just stuck through it, pushed through it, and now opened up our own business and this and that, and life could be better.
Alright, how old were you when you did your first tattoo?
Like, professionally, or?
Well, just your first tat.
Oh, God.
Back in the day?
Yeah, it was with some ghetto, old, like, Walkman type motor thing. This when I was living in Philly. And, first actual tattoo in a shop was this awesome little skull right there that started off on, you know, with a crackhead looking over me, telling me all the wrong ways to go about doing a tattoo, because that's the hard thing. When you're learning, you gotta make sure you're learning from somebody that's a trained professional and they know exactly what they're doing. For me, I had to unlearn a lot of stuff, because the guy taught me all the wrong stuff. And it's hard. It's definitely hard. You gotta pick. They gotta pick you, and you gotta accept them, and just roll with it. You know, just kind of put your trust in somebody, and that's hard sometimes. Oh, Ash.
Alright, what difficulties in the job field have you dealt with? Like, what's been hard?
Other than, it's not really any difficulties because it's something I love to do, but it's besides like pain in the ass customers or people that can't, they come in here knowing or not knowing it's going to be pain. But people are basically paying you for a nice piece of artwork, but obviously it's going to be painful, but they don't realize that. So that's kind of one of the biggest, yeah, and people are trying to talk you down of your price and kind of like to compromise your artwork, really. You know, I can go to Waterbury to get it cheaper, or I can go wherever to get it cheaper.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing, is people trying to compromise your artwork and your ability and trying to like lowball you, really. It's not really anything too complicated. It's a great field, it's a great thing to do.
How has the income treated you from tattooing?
Pretty good. I mean, it's feast or famine. It's one of those businesses, like if you're like a massage therapist or anything like that. I mean, you're high up and you're like, yeah. I mean, you have to learn how to like control your money.
Yeah.
You know this cameraman. And yeah, it's feast or famine, really. But so far it's been a feast.
That's good. What are the struggles of having your own shop?
Having certain affiliates from another shop trying to get a piece of what they think that you owe them something. And that's pretty much the only struggle I've really had. I mean, you know, because my partner, Rob, has done most of the books, or all the books, so I can focus on being an artist. I mean, if I had to do the books and everything, that would be absolutely insane, and we'd probably be closed. So,
That's good. What do you look for in an artist when they come in your shop and want to apply?
professional attitude. Someone that's not going to try and be like Mr. Tattoo, you know, Mr. Cliche. I mean, someone that's got. You can tell when somebody's got like 100% drive that's in their heart. And you can just tell them there's people that are just like, they're there for the day or the week or the month. And then they're going to move on to becoming an astronaut or a fireman or whatever. I mean, you can tell when somebody's got it in their heart.
How was your apprentice or an impact? The guy who taught you?
Hold on, let me light this cigarette again. He was an impact. I mean, he basically taught me everything, like, not to do. But when he was thinking it was everything, because the guy that apprenticed him before kind of just bailed on him. And I had other people teach me afterwards, like Eric Chapman, Tommy Jefferson, from Danbury Peter Tattoo, teach me the right way.
Slide in a bit.
But and other great artists like Eric, you know, really showed me the right way over the time. And the first guy that taught me was just abusing substances and this and that, and it was hardly there all the time, and really had to. It's not good to dive into a field like this because you can hurt a lot of people.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I had to dive into the field. I had no other option but just to dive in and start taking appointments and kind of just save the shop. I was at the time, and he had a negative but positive impact. I don't know. Say more negative.
And last question: do you love your job?
Oh yeah.